And we are live. Hello, everyone. Feliz Dia of the Last of Us Day. Um, 11 years, y'all. 11 years with these characters in this world. And it's pretty spectacular, in my opinion. If you're watching this, hopefully you're having a good day. Hopefully you are a fan of this franchise. If you're new to it from the show, welcome to the franchise. Let me quickly advertise this. Man, that trailer. I have to commend them. They have some cojones showing some of those shots. If you're familiar with the second game, you know what I'm referring to. If you're not, I've been telling my friends, please tread cautiously, and I would recommend finishing the game itself. That way, you don't wait 6 months probably from now to get potentially spoiled on stuff that is pivotal and like defining onwards with these characters in the franchise. Let's see how the reaction is doing. Oh, not bad. All right, I put that out on the socials. And now I leave it up to the force. But yeah, if you're watching this in the replay, welcome to Bottles and Bricks, a Last of Us podcast. I'm your host, Ronan Unchained, and another year of celebration of The Last of Us. We've got merch that dropped. or it's about to be dropping, depending on your time zone. And we have a trailer that dropped for season two, and there's some photo mode stuff for part two of the game that you can go check out. I wasn't surprised by this. So let's run down right now for before we get to the trailer. Let's run down the merch. So I wasn't surprised that something like U2's was gonna drop something collaborative with Naughty Dog. It's kind of cute, kind of cool that it's most of the stuff from game one, and that this was done about a few days ago. And give me the heads up that like come today, have your wallets ready. And it's the first two things is a clicker, from the looks of it, female clicker, and we get Joel with his rifle from the first game. And I even love that like in the background you can see, let's see, we go, you can see Ellie riding the horse, and I think it's when they leave the farmhouse. I'm a guess about that, and I think it's them just leaving Boston buildings and whatnot. But yeah, so this wasn't a surprise. I was like, you know what, that's cool, cute for hardcore collectibles. You can add that into the whole, the Duck toys or the Funko Pops or wherever may have you. And another thing that wasn't surprising was the Gallery Nucleus print. I had early word that they were going to drop more prints, and I'll say this: if you're someone like me that appreciates art, drawn, painted, original paintings now, go check out Gallery Nucleus. They have an amazing collection on almost any franchise that exists, but there's special occasions where they'll have stuff like this. So this is a selfish plug. I'm gonna do it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe right now. Hit the like button for this stream. Share the enthusiasm. Spread the word. If you're a Last of Us fan, this is the place you want to hang out with. In the channel, there is a vlog I did about a year ago where I went to Gallery Nucleus in Los Angeles, Pasadena, California, and I met a couple of new friends who love Last of Us as I did, and they were having a signing for the 10th anniversary or 12. I forget what it was, and they were promoting new prints, and a couple of them look similar to this one. And I think if you wanted to, you could even buy some original paintings that were going for astronomical numbers, but it's original paintings and whatnot. So yeah, if you like prints like I do, go pick this up as soon as you can. It's a gorgeous, almost like concept art of how they were forming the clickers, and how it started off either on the side of a head and how that wind down to the body, and how they decompose someone's system, if you will. So not bad merch stuff. Also, there's a coat you can get at the PlayStation Gear for Seraphites. So if you like the Seraphites, into that stuff, there's some rainy coats you can get there with the Last of Us logo there. They're probably going to go for like $100 or more in the gear section. And if you're into the photo mode stuff, right now, part 2 is offering for no return these photo modes with the archery, I think, with Lev. And yeah, I think it's cool. I am at awe of the fan base and how much they put the effort to shoot something, either an exterior, interior, wide shot, low shot, medium shot of characters, landscape. It's amazing the amount of stuff that the community captures with the game. So you have that now at your disposable. But it is Last of Us Day, September 26, 2024. It's a cool thing to have this. I remember when it was called Outbreak Day, but shit happened in the real world that I was like, I just changed that. So it's a cool celebratory way to bring in the community once a year, have this be your mini Comic Con, I guess, if you will. Although I would make an effort to do an event at different locations that were in the games across the country or around the world, if it may have you. But if you're watching this in the replay, post down your comment down below. What's your connection to the franchise, or are you new to it? If you're new to it, welcome, bienvenido. But if you've been here for a while, tell me what's your favorite character. Do you have a favorite game, or maybe you like the games, but your favorite thing of the franchise is the music, or maybe it's even American Dreams, the graphic novel by Faith Herron Hicks. So share with us. Don't fear sharing enthusiasm here. Let me know. I am always intrigued to see what the people like more and for what reasons they might like that more. I met a couple of friends that like the show, like playing the games and whatnot, but their entry point was through the graphic novel, and how I didn't tell them, but like it broke my heart to be like, yeah, Riley, I love Riley, but just be careful when you get to the games and the shows about what happens to her character. And it's fascinating how much that graphic novel did, in my opinion, a lot for the franchise. And I hope Naughty Dog has learned from that and be like, you know what? If you're willing to expand now in part two the world beyond Joe and Ellie, do that with a graphic novel. Tell us what happened in Outbreak Day in Mexico, in Japan, in France. Well, another franchise already doing France. But what happened in Africa, what happened in Brazil. Share. I would do something else in the world that still follows the rules, but tell new stories about how other people are handling Outbreak and how they've managed to survive. Is there another Jackson in another part of the world? How are they doing it? Is there another Wolf organization or Seraphites? I'm very intrigued with that notion, and I would 100% bet that, like, if you want to do it in a show or in the game, graphic novels is the way to go into expanding and enriching this world. And hell, I would even do a script podcast. The best example I always tell folks is that, like, go hear the Wolverine Long Night or Lost Trail scripted podcast. It's like an old radio show, and yet it's providing a new experience to fans of Wolverine. If you're a new fan of Wolverine, you can jump into that realm and get a new vibe of the character than most of us had in our lives. So, a scripted podcast story set in the world of The Last of Us, and or a graphic novel comic book series. um, I feel this franchise is too rich to pass on the opportunity. Doesn't mean I want you to do it every single time, but it's been since the launch of the franchise, we haven't had anything else. And so I would hope Naughty Dog is listening and be like, you know what? Don't be afraid to try expanding beyond the two games, DLC, remakes, remasters, whatever may have you, and the first season and the second season to be of The Last of Us. So um, I wonder what y'all think. You think I'm mad? You think I'm going crazy? You think I'm going overboard of trying to expand too much? I think that what the show has been doing is like, okay, what happened in this site? And although I'm mixed on part two, what happened in California? What happened in the state of Washington? I think that the franchise lends itself to do that, and not necessarily expand, but just put the microscope in another realm and see how they're managing this and whatnot. Maybe it makes it more connective to the community in that sense. If something's based somewhere outside of the U.S., how are they handling it? And I find that very intriguing for onwards. Should I get into the trailer already? Okay, I'll say this, and I'm gonna flash this up right now, whether you're watching it live or in the replay. I'm gonna talk spoilers. I have to. So, Catherine O'Hara is what she appears to be as a counselor therapist in Jackson, and from the looks of it, she's the person that Joel tells more or less what happened in Seattle potentially. It feels similar to how part two opens up with a confession. But now we realize that Catherine is part of Jackson. It's not a Seraphite leader that a lot of us thought that, oh, maybe she might be the mother of love and whatnot. Um, and we get the porch scene. We get Abby and Joel's first encounter. We get the Take on Me, the vinyl shop sequence. What else? Isaac torturing the Seraphite. I am. It is mind bending how much they've already shown with the show, and it makes sense that some of the stuff they had to shoot now because some actresses schedule might be too conflicted to shoot later on, so they shot stuff that's going to go back and forth. And as a gamer, that was something I had to grasp on, and I haven't had any trouble to do that with movies. But for TV show, I wonder if they're going to do that with this second season. And I think they already said 7 episodes. So how much time are we going to spend in Seattle? How much time are we going to spend in Jackson? Perspectives. How much is that going to shift? It's a fascinating take to go with the part 2 game. And again, this sequence didn't really happen in Jackson in the second game, but this horde of clickers infected. I'm very interested to see if they're going to switch up the lead up to a very pivotal moment in part 2 with this, where some characters might not be where they were in the game as they are now in the show. And I think the emphasis is more with Tommy, him being on the rooftop, rifleman nest, if you will, trying to hold back this horde from breaking into Jackson. And this scene is going to be chaotic to watch because it's most definitely a nightmare sequence that Ellie's probably been having over the years of like, okay, I was unconscious. What the hell happened in the hospital? What happened there? And yeah, I am. I can't wait. And it's gonna be really tough trying to express my enthusiasm for the show while trying to not ruin stuff for folks. And I feel I'm gonna say this because I've seen some set photos of Isaac. I don't think we're just gonna see Isaac as we met him in part 2. We might get flashbacks to what happened before the fall because he looks like he's from Joe's era. So I wonder what he was up to pre-outbreak, and how much we're gonna get the opportunity to see him go into Madden. I think they might have listened to some. I think valid questions were just like, okay, Jeffrey Wright, great grab for the franchise and to add to this game, but it was more of a cameo than a character. I mean, unless you were spending time in Seattle at a certain spot, you didn't really get much of the character. Unless you were very much hunting down the notes that you would find here and there. But I think they're going to have to shift it. They're going to have to shift it for television to connect dots and make sure people realize why this person is now in charge and what happened to him to get there. We get a further more shots of this sequence with Abby being attacked by a horde. And already, folks, I'm already seeing the shots from the game just lifted up again, like in season 1. And it's, oh man, it was tough. It was really tough not to get emotional and just start letting the cat out of the bag and not letting people experience this story as it should be, just fresh. But yeah, 2025. That's all we know. Just next year. Rumor has it that they're gonna have it probably in March or April, trying to get it in time for the Emmys. But what do y'all think? Do you think it's gonna be early 2025, midway, or later in the fall/winter? I hope it's not too long, because then it would be about 2 years in between seasons. So, and granted, the strikes did probably held back that, which after what that was announced, it was inedible. Yeah, I hope we don't take too long to get back to season 2. just for the sake of trying to hang out with those characters again, and also how spoilers is going to be a big thing coming down the pipeline. What else? Isabella Merced, seeing the what's the word? The joy in her face with Ellie holding the guitar. I found that very. I saw for me. I saw there was the connection between Shannon Woodward's Dina and Isabella's Dina with that one shot. So it was nice to see that and know how much that's going to mean to a lot of fans and how much people are going to realize that you could have easily missed that scene when you play the game. And how much it's going to tie it up to stuff towards the end of the story. What else? Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam is back. For the uninitiated, Neil Druckmann is a Pearl Jam freak. He loves Pearl Jam. I think they put All or Nothing in the first season, and we were all wondering if they were going to use Future Days because, again, they shifted the timelines. 2013 is when Outbreak happened, and in the show it's 2003 when it happened. And technically the song would not have come out by then, but again, almost like an alternate universe. Maybe the song came out in 2003 instead. I hope they keep it. I really hope they keep that song because it's the backbone, I think, of that story, that game. What else? But yeah, if you're watching this in playback or right now, let me know. What are you gonna grab? The toys? Are you gonna grab the prints? What's in your bucket list for Last of Us Day? And what do you hope we get something later on in the day? Right now, I'm checking Twitter to see if there's any announcements, and I don't see anything else. And this might be it. And I gotta admit, I was a little concerned of how much they were going to handle this year's Celebration Day and where we're going to get a trailer or not, or are they going to make us earn it and wait a while before they release it to the public. But I think I hope they took the lessons of last year and they're like, you know what, let's give the fans this. They've been holding out since that small footage release we dropped about a few months ago or weeks ago. Let's see. Not bad. Views. Let's see what else. The Greg Ruth posters. Nice. Yeah, these are nice prints. All right, let's see if we can pull up the images for those who haven't seen them yet. Here we go. Okay, so apart from the trailer, they dropped the teaser posters for the trailers, if you will, and they hired Greg Ruth, who is a very established artist who I think has done a bunch of stuff for Criterion Collection. And I think he had done a couple stuff for Last of Us as well. But he dropped 3 posters, which is one with Joel, which I love the design of the watch, and but the guitar is the that circles it one out. Then we got Ellie, which I feel this might be a stretch. I feel this pays more homage to the cover of Part Two's case with Ellie, the smear with the blood and going out. Like it reminds me of that for this one, and similar things with Caitlin Dever's Abby, where you just see pain and almost the meaning for me of the back, just like her whole mind's been consumed by something, an idea or a vibe. So I like the design they did for these three posters that they dropped for the trailer. I wish I could snag a couple of them. I'm a big Prince collector, so anytime I can get Prince, I get him like that. But yeah, if any of y'all have thoughts, let me know. What did y'all think of the trailer? You think they gave away too much? You think it was too subtle? You think it wasn't as good as maybe the first season's trailers? What are your expectations going towards season 2? Because I'll say this: it's only 7 episodes, and they've already said that it's going to take more than a season to cover part 2. It's that big of a story. So yeah, I'm very curious how the vibe is. I've only been able to see, I think, 2 people's reactions, 2 friends of mine's reactions, and they dug the trailer, but one of them wasn't a big fan of the game, which I can understand very dearly for that. But yeah, I can't. If you didn't like it, okay, maybe fine. But I would be shocked people didn't get emotional and felt the weight of the repercussions of season 1, but also feel how much Joe and Ellie's connection is palpable, in my opinion. Whether it's Ashley Johnson and Troy Bakers or Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey, like it is palpable, their connection. And yeah, man, they be trying to get me to buy Pearl Jam CDs or vinyls, just playing that damn song over and over again. I love that the way they edited some parts and how they made the lyrics clearer in some points, and I like how they muffle the sound, I think, towards the end, which is kind of how when a big explosion happens or if someone gets knocked hard, you get that notion. And I'll say this: if they really want to be faithful to part 2, they're gonna put Ellie through the ringer from a physical stance, like knuckles, bleeding nose, the whole shebang. She's gonna have to go full Rambo to be faithful with this story in comparisons to season 1. What else? Let's see. Let's take a look. And again, folks, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm Ronan Unchained. I cover movies, TV shows. I do a lot of coverage for The Last of Us as much as I can. I have my own podcast, which is the one you're watching, Bottles and Bricks, a Last of Us podcast. Right now, I'm doing a solo stream just for the first day, but we're gonna do another one later today. Fingers crossed, no tech stuff sets me back, and hopefully you'll see more people involved once people's schedules are more free and people have seen it, because some people haven't seen the trailer yet. And so I am very interested to see their thoughts and what they thought of what they showed us today. And not just even the trailer, just the merch and how they went about of doing Last of Us Day. But in the meantime, share the enthusiasm, subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it across the board. I want to make it clear, I am welcoming folks to this channel. Like, if you're a Last of Us fan, come hang out. Let me know what your thoughts on the show, the games, comics, music, favorite character, whatnot. Let me know what it is. I am going to ask people be respectful, be cordial. You have a right to your opinion, but how you behave, especially with how you go about writing stuff, says a lot about you and whether I choose to engage with you or not. So, uh, welcome in, but also, like, if I welcome you to my house, it's my house. So I get to say whenever you get the hell out of here if you're causing trouble or I don't like the vibe. So share your enthusiasm and connection to the franchise, and let me know. Uh, do you prefer a game? Do you prefer both? What are your thoughts on the themes and the version of the characters? Please feel free to let me know and put it down in the comments down below on this stream or any other stream or anything Last of Us related, if you will. If you're not into Last of Us a lot, but you want to find more stuff to be connected to, I just dropped an Uzumaki review. If you're into horror manga, that was batshit crazy to talk about and cover. Right now, I'm dropping reactions to Twilight of the Gods and The Penguin. So there is a whole canvas in this channel. If you don't like this one thing, well, try this other stuff. And I try to stay consistent and enthusiastic as much as I can in this day and age. But let's see. Hashtag The Last of Us. Yeah, Jackson, Wyoming. Looks sunny and bright, if you will. I don't wonder y'all think about this. Will we get a Gustavo Santolaya cameo in Jackson like we did in the game? For those who don't know, again, it's not a big spoiler, if you will, but it's a cool thing that if you pass it, all right, oh well. But if you spot him, it's a cool thing. Like, oh, there he is. But Gustavo Santolaya is the composer of both the games and the show. And in part 2, he makes a cameo appearance. As you can see right there. There we go. That's Gustavo Santolaya right there next to the dog. And so I'm wondering if he might make a cameo. I hope that's the case. And it's fascinating seeing this much bright lightness in Jackson. So yeah, I feel like we're gonna spend some time before the events of the main story of part 2. And I'm very intrigued to do that. I'm very, very intrigued to do that. To see what's happened in between the time periods of season 1 and season 2. Let's see what else. All right, there's that. We also get a first official look of young Mazzino, who's playing Jesse. So it's cool to see him with the same almost hairstyle, bulked up. It's I can't wait for the banter. Can't wait for that banter between him and Dina and Ellie. Let's see. Where are you? There you go. Jesse. My friend's problems are my problems. Yeah, it's cool to see him with the hair and whatnot, and just I can't wait for the banter between that trio. Let's see what else. Yeah, this one and. Hopefully the air isn't that loud for y'all. Yeah, folks, so look at this. They're messing with our emotions. They're messing with our damn emotions. It's amazing. Something's really good where like it takes something that you've known for a while and have connected with, and it enhances the thing itself. So as someone who's always grown up with Take On Me and music, the fact that now this show enhances it is it's pretty spectacular. It's pretty beautiful in my opinion. Um, and just man, oh man. Call me greedy, but I still want him to do almost the shot for shot of how Joe gives Ellie a guitar. You know, hey, I told you I teach you how to pay. And so, oh, man. Oh, I can't wait for everybody else who's gonna be in the other stream to like talk about this and see how they feel about it. Let's see what else. Okay, yeah, these two shots I'm not gonna show because it's very spoilerish, and yet I just don't want to start getting emotional about it. What else? Okay, I'll show one of the shots. I'll show one of the shots because I'm like, damn, man, that's pretty faithful. Let's see. This, y'all. Emotional damage. That's it. Just, oh man. Helplessly hoping. Just, oh. Oh my god, these motherfuckers trying to get me involved. Oh no. Oh man. Just, whew. Not gonna cry. Not gonna cry. No. All right. Anyways, seeing the Miller mailbox, man. Yeah. I just out of curiosity for anybody watching this, did y'all think they were gonna make us wait for the majority of the day for this trailer, or do you think you were confident that like no, 7 a.m., 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time they're gonna drop it and they're gonna make us just devour every frame and inch of that footage? Which I think we'll do later in the day. We'll dive deeper to each shot once we have more stuff and more people here to see how they think about it and how they feel what they got. Let's see. Yeah. From what I'm seeing here on social media, people are just digging the trailer. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, and also Ana de Armas is trending right now, so I think the ballerina thing dropped. So it's an interesting mixture of them trying to uh, uh, market two things at the same time, and I don't know if each one realized the other was going to do that. So that's pretty funny. Let's see. I think, yeah, I think that's going to be it for now. I'm gonna wait one more minute in case anybody else shows up or whatnot. But yeah, if you're watching the playback, thank you for checking this video out, this live stream. If you can, like the button, subscribe to the channel, grow out it more, share the enthusiasm, let people know that if you're a Last of Us fan, come hang out with us here at Bottles and Bricks, a Last of Us podcast. Mostly when a big trailer or big news comes out, we'll record something or live stream it and we'll talk about it. And we're more than happy to engage with the audience to see what they think about the stuff at present. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. But yeah, I think that'll be due for this stream. Again, it was just a small early update in the morning, see if anybody was free to do it. But it happens. Stuff doesn't pan out all the way. But folks, do come back later on in the day. We're gonna have more folks on, even if I have to go knock on the doors with them and be like, "Yo, we gotta talk Last of Us stuff." In the meantime, go check out my reaction to the channel. It's a very ridiculous experience recording that. Go check that out, share it, and enjoy the rest of the Last of Us Day. If anything else drops, I'll record it and drop it in the channel as much as I can, and feel free to engage. And until then, folks, when you're lost in the darkness, look for the light. Endure and survive. Take care, y'all. Oh, wait. Ooh, wait, what? My birthday the same day as Joel. Cool, Ashley. Nice. That's awesome. I think, yeah, Bella's Ramsey's birthday was yesterday. So that's kind of cool. Okay, yeah. Take care. During summer, everybody. Feliz Last of Us Day.